Well, hey there, everybody! In the last episode, we made this wonderful greenhouse behind me, and I have, as you can probably see behind me, it's spinning around in there, I have rebuilt the farm inside of it. Yeah, I kind of rebuilt it. I haven't rebuilt the whole thing. We don't have the volcanic source link in there yet, and I haven't really decorated the inside, but as you can see, I'm on a tower of gold because I need gold before I can do the gold thing. I need so much gold. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and take this here pickaxe that does not have efficiency on it, and we're gonna mine this down. There are 49 deep slate gold ore here. How much do you think we're gonna get out of this? All done and dusted. We have a stack on the hotbar as well as over half a stack. All right, that's not too bad. Now I think I can crush this. Right? We can take raw gold and crush it and to get other stuff. That'll get us crushed raw gold, and then I think we can wash that. What does that get us? Ooh, quartz. Actually, that might be worth it, to be perfectly honest. I do need a lot more quartz. Maybe I'll break a little bit of this, and we can crush some of this gold down. And perfect, that gets us our gold ingots. We got 50 quartz out of that, and a bunch of experience. And this is a good thing. I need experience because something that I completely forgot about, the crushing glyph is a tier 2 glyph. And I'm not there yet, right? I'm not quite to tier 2 yet, so I need to unlock that at a scribe's table, but I also, I gotta get some earth essence, and I don't really know what that means yet. Okay, that actually looks kind of simple, never mind. But anyways, to unlock new glyphs, I need experience, and I do have 21 levels right now, which is pretty fantastic, but, you know, getting more experience is always great. But this gold, what do I want to do with this gold? Well, I want to decorate a little bit on the inside here. I don't know if we're going to do that right this second, but it's something that I definitely want to do here pretty soon. Oh, and I upgraded all my backpacks to diamond backpacks, so they got more room and more space and more stuff and more things, so we're gonna have to get some of that stuff as well. But let's go on in here. We still have our issues with our floating logs, but I want some chandeliers hanging down here. I'd like some gold chandeliers specifically hanging down from here, and obviously I needed some gold for that. But right now what we have is I have sunk down the portable storage interface here into the ground. I did a little bit of decoration. I don't love it, but I think it looks pretty neat. And if we sink down into the ground, you can't even see what's going on here. Anyways, I just have there's a drawer controller slave right there underneath that, right? So right here, and then drawer trim that's coming up to here. And right now we're getting a ton of logs and a ton of sticks, which is absolutely fantastic. That's exactly what we want. And then I just have a little composting set up for, you know, when we get too many of these saplings in the toolbox. I'm gonna go ahead and just eat this experience. There we go, and 27 levels, that's not too bad. But to get a level 2, tier 2 glyph, we need a tier 2 mage's spellbook. So we have a novice right now, we need a mage's spellbook. And honestly, I think I have all of that. Oh, we can change the color? That's dope. But I think I have all of this. Let me go in here and check it out and see what I'm missing. And there we go. All right, Mage's Spellbook. Absolutely awesome. And we get a little advancement from it too. Very nice. So I'm curious, what do the other ones require? Ooh, Totem of Undying, a Wilden Tribute. I need to defeat a Chimera and a Nether Star. Dang. And then that's a creative one. Okay, so that's the last one here that we can get. And then there's a whole bunch of other stuff. Oh my gosh. The Enchanter's Bow and stuff. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself here. But now that we have this, we can go ahead and unlock ourselves. I think it's this way. Is it this way? We can go ahead and unlock ourselves a crush glyph. I gotta be honest with you, I don't really remember how to do this. It's been a while since I unlocked glyphs. So let me do a little bit of research, and I'll get back to you guys once I am unlocking glyphs. So I think I got this right. We've got dirt, seed, iron, source gem, crafting earth essence. Wow, that takes a lot of source. Holy moly. And it's done. And it's just going to put it right over there? No way. Oh, that's super cool. Huh, awesome. So now I should be able to just bloop and bloop. And then this thing crafts our glyph. Look at that. Awesome stuff. And I do this, and now we have crush, which means oh, it doesn't use these things? Ew. Gosh, there's so much about this mod that I still have no idea. So I'm just gonna leave those there for now. I do know the wall is gonna go around here, but we're not quite ready to start decorating a whole bunch of this stuff just yet. I missed the stairs. I do that all the time. So now that we have our crush glyph, we are that much closer to unlocking our sand or our gold Gold farm. Gold farm. That's what we're doing. Golden farms. And the gold farm, I think it's got to be in here. I'll probably put it underneath, like, you know, under the ground here. I could put it up here somewhere, but I think that's going to look weird. I'm not entirely sure, honestly, exactly how everything's going to look just yet. But in here, I do want greenhouse stuff. I want plants. I want plants growing all over the place. That's the point of a greenhouse. I want plants. So I mentioned this last episode. I think I might want to put the volcanic source link underneath this here. Just make a little chamber underneath this where it is turning all of this into source. And then I can either put the gold farm up above here, or I can put the gold farm underneath this piece here, which I think is just going to make the most sense. I just dig out underneath this whole thing and make a nice little basement for our greenhouse. Because, you know, greenhouses have basements. That makes sense. And folks, before I continue with too much more, I just want to let you know that this mod pack is actually out now on CurseForge. You can download it. It is called Create Nations. It's available for download. It's been approved. I'm super happy. I feel really great that I have a mod pack that's approved on CurseForge. Again, huge shout out to Mr. Beardstone and his team for the Perfect World mod pack, which I stole and then just added it and tweaked a little bit, and now I made my own. So huge thank you to the Beardstone and his team. Absolutely incredible job on this mod pack. Thank you so much. And also, like, hey, if you want to come hang out with us in the Discord, you know, we're doing stuff all the time. I might even start streaming in Discord here pretty soon. Who knows? I've been saying that a while. I gotta actually do it now. But real quick, I think what we're going to do right now is head over to the creative test world, because I want to try a enchanted spell turret instead of a timer spell turret on this type of setup. So in the last episode, I was talking about the enchanted spell turret versus the timer spell turret, and somebody in the comments, the clever joker, was like, hey, just put a redstone torch underneath the cobblestone, so right when the cobblestone is created, it sets off the enchanted spell turret. You don't have to make like a redstone clock or anything. Just literally every time this cobble is created, it'll fire that off. And they were absolutely correct. Now watch what happens here is I can actually do like a threshold switch on the gold somewhere, and then once it hits a certain threshold, it'll shut this off, right? It'll turn the farm off, but then when I bloop, look at that! Right when it's made, it just does the thing. How friggin' smart is that? Dude, clever joker, you are very clever. You're no joke. That was genius. Thank you for that suggestion. And with that suggestion, all there really is left to do is to just do the thing, right? I have to build the volcanic source farm thingy. Ugh. And also build the gold farm. So I guess I'm going underground here, and we're gonna start doing the thing. Now, I think most of this, besides this area here, which I was going to do all of the stuff with when the farm was sitting on this area before I blasted this into existence. I was gonna, you know, put the volcanic sourceling stuff under here and do this here. So now this will probably just be the gold farm. And then right underneath this area is where we will have the volcanic sourcelink source farm. Goodness gracious, too much source. So yeah, I guess I'll start digging then, huh? Well, I got most of it set up already, except for the actual gold contraption machine. Here, as you can see, we have the trim that's just coming off of the drawer controller slave coming around this way. We got another controller slave, and just, we're going to be dumping out, I think I set this to 1 at a time, and I filled up all these nerds. Look at this is insane. I just was trying to figure out where I want the wall to go. Obviously, it's not very pretty in here, but that's okay. We'll get there eventually. Anyways, I want to set up this with you folks, so I have a bunch of stuff in here that I think we're going to be using here, and I'm doing it wrong already. Now, the first thing I want to worry about is the flint, and I want to take it because every now and then when this thing crushes this down into gravel, and then it crushes the gravel into sand, it'll make some flint and throw it in here. As you can see, I was doing some testing. There's already sand in this vault. So I have to do something with the flint, and I think what I'm going to do, and it lines up, oh, it lines up perfectly. I didn't even try that before. I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to put the flint into an item vault, and then I'm going to roll it on some more item drains, this-amic way, until it goes into whatever drawer controller slave we set up over here. And I think for this, what we're going to do is we're actually going to send it off this way and have it snake around instead of going straight out like this. I always do contraptions in like a straight line, and I don't know if that's the best idea. It's just what I do. But anyways, I am going to have this snake out, I think, to here. And before we go too much further, immediately what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a couple of fans in the floor, because I think what we're going to do is wash this from underneath. So we're going to have some fans in the floor there. That does mean we're going to have to figure out what in the world we're going to do with power. I didn't even think about power. Maybe we'll just send some water wheels back that way. I think that should work out pretty fine. And then we'll just, you know, have it snake out underneath the ground here and come up over here. But anyways, we're going to have this go underneath the floor here, and it's going to get washed and come over this way. And then as it gets washed, it's going to turn into clay, which can just go straight into a basin here. And the problem immediately is we have to put a funnel on here with anything. I think, did I set this attribute filter up? I didn't. So I think I've got this can be washed, deny, and we'll just do that. Bam. And that should work just fine. So if it's a thing that can be washed, we're not going to let it go into this basin. And of course, we have to pause what we're doing for a second, because I need more polished rose quartz, because I always do. This is the worst. See, absolutely, this is the worst thing in Create to make is electron tubes. They're just, they're the worst. Where were we? Okay, we only want to let sand out here, and then over here, we only want to let flint out, and I screwed that up already. And you know what? I don't even have any flint right now, so we're not going to worry about it. Now, on top of this basin here, we want to put one of these nerds here. Ooh, mechanical crest. Is that a cauldron? I put a cauldron on there. Whoops. I was like, man, that should be way higher. All right, basin. There we go. I did it. Cauldron, and we want mechanical press on top of there. Perfect. And that is going to get us our clay blocks. Now, clay blocks are going to come off of here, and they're going to go off in this direction, and we need to smelt them down into terracotta. And as you can see, we're going to do the same thing that we did before, where we're actually going to have it underground. So we'll have the lava sitting here and two fans just sitting right there, blowing up. Terracotta is going to go into an item vault, and again, we have to have a brass funnel on there, and then another one coming off in this direction. And the reason we have to have the brass funnel here is because we are only going to allow terracotta in. And this one can actually be andesite. Now that I think about it, we can just have an andesite funnel here that is going to go again into a little bit of shaft. And then right here, I believe, is where we're going to put our crushing wheels. This is going to be very, very, very tight. And you know what? I am actually going to move these one spot further down, I think. No, we'll keep them right where they were. So those are where our crushing wheels are going to go. I'm not going to keep them here right now. I just wanted to show you that's where they are. And then over in this direction, we are going to have two more fans. We might do three now. We'll just do two for now. We have two more fans that are going to be blowing up and washing. So we got to have our mangrove roots there, and we are going to be washing the red sand, because the terracotta is going to come out, it's going to get crushed, and then we're going to wash the red sand, and then that is going to go in the drawer controller slave, which apparently is going to be sitting right here. And with this hooked up through the floor now, I went underneath everything instead. I think that's it. I had to swap these out for some belts because I don't have enough iron to make any more item drains. I have the casing, I don't have enough iron. It's really something that I'm needing real bad, but hey, we're not at that point yet. We've only done like, what, 10 episodes and almost 100 days in this world. We're not at iron creation yet. That's crazy talk. Anyways, I gotta wire this thing up. So I'm gonna make a, gosh, I don't know, 2, 3 big water wheels and then a small one, and then maybe a speed controller. Or I'll just go gear. All right, there's a real good chance that that's way too fast. That's probably way too fast. But we're going to try it anyways. I'm not worried. I'm not scared. Are you scared? I'm not scared. Let's give it a shot. So first things first, we got to wire up this here. And then if I'm being smart about this, if I just put a gearbox in there, that's going the complete wrong direction. That's not what I want at all. I was going to do the same thing it is. So why? What if I just put a shaft there? There we go. That's what we need. All right, shaft going in there. That's wiring that up in the correct direction. So that should get all of that archwood out of there. It's going to do one at a time, isn't it? That's fine. And after way too many additional water wheels, I think I put an extra 7 large water wheels on the back of this thing. Ah, my gosh. Anyways, the whole system's ready. It is running at super duper duper speed. I just gotta patch a couple of holes here, and I think we're good to go. What I'm concerned about is I don't know if the source jars are actually going to reach all the way over here, but I believe there is a solution for that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and patch up some of these holes, and we'll give it a shot for real. I am so nervous to turn this on for some reason. All right, I'm gonna go flick the lever, and let's see if... No. Okay, so the source jars are not close enough, and I figured that might have been an issue. So what we need to do is we need to get source from over there to over here, and I have a couple of ideas on how to do that. There's a source relay. I think I can also turn this into liquid and then like pump it over like with a create pump, I think. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to go the source relay route, which is this mumbo jumbo right here. Let's see, send between relays or from a relay to a jar, use a 1. So to pull source from jars, use the dominion on the jar and then on a relay to send between relays. All right, cool. So essentially what we're going to do is I'm going to plop a relay down over here somewhere. I'm going to have every single one of those jars feed into the relay and then have the relay feed into jars over here. And I think that should get us going. I don't know if the bottleneck will become the relay, if the bottleneck will become, like, we'll run at a source, or if this thing is just going to make sand way too quickly and all of the rest of this isn't going to be able to keep up. But there's only one way to find out. Let's go make a source relay. All right, I got my source jars up there. I got my relays right here. And I think what I do is I grab this and I do that. And it's taking from 1. And is it just going to send? No. Okay, so let's grab here. And if I put that there. Yes. Oh, that fills up so quick too. All right, so let's do this as well. I want to grab from all of these, I think, and send as well to everything. I don't really know. I don't know what I'm doing here, folks. I gotta be perfectly honest with you. And why is this not working? What's happening here? Maybe if I re-flick the thingy. Aha, there it is. All right. Oh, and it's using like a % every time. That's not bad at all. This part here is so slow. Just washing the sand. Oof, that is unbelievably slow. If I got 2 more little fan washer thingies, that would absolutely certainly help. However, oh, that's rough. All right, so yeah, and there it goes. The gold up there, I already put a gold ingot in there, so don't pay attention to that. But yeah, there goes our little machine. So by the looks of it, one of these relays is absolutely going to be enough. So I'm just gonna break this one, and we will use that for something else. And I think I'm just gonna have this one fill up both jars at the same time. That way it's got this jar as well as a backup. And what that also means is I can go ahead and flick this guy around, and we should be able to just fill up these jars again. Well, I've learned so much since that last recording, and let me tell you, there are some improvements I need to make to this farm immediately. First of all, this thing can only take from 1 location. So this is just going to continuously fill this up, and it's just going to plop it over here, and it can only push to 1 location. I can't find a way to make it do more than 1, so if anybody knows how to do that, let me know down in the comments, please. Also, this is incredibly slow. Just, it is ungodly slow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to double up on this. Actually, we might do 3. We might triple it. I have 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and they'll do 3 at a time, and I'm probably going to have to move them up 1 or maybe 2 blocks. Probably 2 blocks, to be honest, because what I'm thinking is I don't want to really change too much that I've got going on here. So I'm going to keep this here. We're going to have a chute where this is, and then a line of vaults just right here. And then these guys sitting on top there, just, you know, shooting through all the different cobble that's going to form. But I need to make a couple more of those because I believe that's the only one that I have. So I got to make a couple more. So I'm going to let this guy run for a little bit. And by the way, it's been like over a half an hour and I only have 2 gold ingots. It's real slow. I'm starting to wonder, like, maybe create would have been better for a gold farm, but we don't have to worry about that. Is that gonna break? Nope, that's broken. That is absolutely broken. Man, is this not pretty, but it is working. It's really loud, too. It's actually way louder than I thought, and I still got the shut-off switch in here as well. I just put this up here, and as you can see, there's probably better ways to do this, but this is the way that I did it. We just have this shut-off switch here, and it is just going to be able to turn this off completely, and just go over here. And now the whole thing is shut off. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? And we turn it back on. Amazing stuff. Now, there's a couple other places that I would like to put this here, this redstone link specifically on this. Because while this is not in use, I don't need to make all this source, right? And have all these source jars. There's other things that we're going to use it for, obviously, around the area. But, you know, I don't know. It's just, if it's only going to need one source jar, like I haven't run out of source at all, then it's, you know, it's not a big deal. I've been running it for a few minutes here, and it is keeping up. It's not backing up anywhere here. It's not backing up over here. Everything seems to be running just fine. And we're up to 6 gold ingots already. Now, what does this tell me? I mean, this tells me that you know, I could probably just keep going this way and get as many of these as I really wanted to. I'm not really limited at all, or the only thing that I'm limited to is, can the source keep up? And it absolutely can, right? But for right now, I'm just gonna keep this going. I'm gonna let it do its thing. This is totally fine. We'll probably snag these guys in a little bit and bring them off with us, because like I said, I mean, this is all it needs. It's just this one little jar right here, and this thing has been keeping it full very consistently. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick all of my stuff up at this point, and let's go decorate something. I think we might decorate down here in a little bit, but obviously this up here needs a bit of decoration as well. Ooh, you can see some of the sparkles coming through the floor, and I have a bit of inspiration of what I want to do in here. So let me grab a few materials, cut down these extra log bits, and I will get to decorating. Well, I've been doing a lot of decoration, and as you can see, it's nighttime, but you gotta check this place out at night. The ambient lighting is really, really cool. First of all, got a little bike. Look how cute this is. Little bike. I'm calling these scrolls. They definitely look like newspapers, but I'm calling those scrolls. But yeah, got this nice little walkway entranceway thingamahigger. And there's no mobs around because I made a couple of mega torches. I got sick of creepers blowing up my stuff. So yeah. But yeah, we've got, you know, some nice little decoration out here. The front could use a little something, but we'll get there. And then, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm so excited. Boom. Oh my god, it's beautiful. I just can't. I can't. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. I'm gonna swap out a lot of these source berries, and I'll tell you why in just a minute. But the clutter is on point. It's just immaculate in here. Yeah, especially when you turn around. We got all this stuff just sitting here. Look at all this up here. We got these little walkways. You can come up. This growing stuff up here as well. Look at this. Growing stuff on the other side too. There's just so much. There's so much growth going on, and it makes my heart happy how much there is in here. And you know, we got to keep warm, right? So we've got a little heater in here just in case in the winter months it gets too chilly. Don't worry about the back. It's not done yet. And then we got a Little starbunkles just chilling on their beds and stuff. Look how cute this place is. Yeah, like I said, I'm still working on the back. But this place is so cute. Now the source berries, we're having a bit of an issue because when I give the starbunkles this as like a place to drop off, they kind of freak out. I don't know if there's too much to pick up, right? There's too much all at once. You know what I haven't tried picking all of these and seeing if that helps, right? But they freak out and they run around and they just like, they'll go into certain spots and then just spin around in a circle. And one of them actually just like got stuck here, just stopped moving completely. So I don't know exactly what's going on with the little bunkles, but yeah, they don't seem to like this area. So we'll use them in a different area. I'm not too worried about it. But I had to use 2 gold blocks, 4 gold blocks for our mega torches. I made 2 mega torches. So we had 8, but yeah, I had to steal 2 of them. Yeah, this gold farm is excruciatingly slow, just beyond belief slow. And it's this here. It's the enchanted turrets. They are just not fast enough for what I need. So I could get, like I said, I could get a row of them. We could just make a ton and have it be ridiculous. But I don't know what the solution is just yet, because I wasn't expecting to use a million water wheels. It just break in here. I wasn't expecting to use a million water wheels over here. I don't know. I don't really have a solution yet. If anybody wants to let me know, like, hey, why aren't you doing this with ours? You know, that would work so much better. But yeah, I'm a little let down, to be honest. I thought this was going to be a lot quicker, and it's not. It's just not. I could add 6 more, right? So I could add 1 here and then 5 more over here, and that would help our production for sure. The issue we're going to really run into here, if I just come upstairs, is this number is slowly ticking down. It was at like 8,500 or something like that when I started this, and I've been working on this for a few hours, and it is just slowly ticking down. So this thing is not keeping up with what we have with just 3 of them, right? So I don't know. I feel like this entire thing was a waste. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do now. We do have a lot of space down here, and I could dig out some more as well, and we could use those starbunkles to just, you know, gather source berries down here instead, and have another source generation bits PC thingy with an agronomic source link. So that might not be a terrible idea. And there was somebody in the comments, I can't remember the name, bear with me for 1 second. Blue Cremata in the comments of the last video said that anytime something tries to grow, even if it can't, it will create source with the agronomic source link. So what they had suggested was a big field of melon stems that can never create melons, and that generates a lot of source apparently, which is pretty incredible. It's absolutely amazing. So that might be an option as well. We'll have, you know, a row of berries for Starbuncle, and then like a row of melons. And honestly, I mean, a melon farm is not a terrible idea to just... What's that? The glisten melons can be used to, I think, help make, like, redstone or something. I don't freaking know. I just work here, man. Oh, but look at this place so far with the sun rising. Ah, that's so wonderful. Absolutely beautiful so far. I'm super happy with this area already. We only have 2 buildings in. We still got a tower we got to put up. I was trying to build stuff and the freaking crushing wheels absolutely destroyed my butt. Oh no, I hope it didn't grind up everything. And just literally lose everything in my pockets right now. Could you imagine? Oh, that would be awful. Please, 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 please. Please, 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 please. Okay, I'm here. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh. Golly, that would have been... I would have rage quit for the night, let me tell you. Ooh-wee, that would have made me angry. Goodness gracious. All right, how do I make me go away? I think I just go away eventually. Well, I might have rebuilt the whole thing. Yeah, I kind of went a little crazy. So now we have 12 of them going. We got some source relays that are bringing source to these jars up here, trying to keep this replenished and full of source so that way it can do its thing. And I just, you know, I forgot this was Minecraft, and I just made some more room so we could expand this thing out. But here's the dealio, right? I had to get 4 more of these because when source is being used, they can only like fill up one source jar at a time, which is interesting. And then these things can only pull from one source jar and then can only push to one source jar. So there's other things that only work within like 5 blocks, which will like snag from every source jar within 5 blocks and then can also push to source. I'm kind of disappointed. I gotta be honest. This farm isn't super wonderful, and as I was tearing the whole thing out and rebuilding the entire thing, it looks cool. I like the way it looks with the chutes going down into the vault there. I think the whole farm looks really cool. But while I was building it, I was also building up a stock of archwood, and I was at over 14,000 archwood logs. We've gone through over 3,000 archwood logs. I don't know, in a half an hour, maybe, since this farm has been back on, and I've only got 9 blocks of gold to show for it. So, I gotta be honest, I'm not a fan. I'm really not a fan. Also not a fan of this light. Get out of my face. I was so much not a fan that I went to the Googles. I went to the old Googs, and I was like, what am I doing wrong in Ars with a gold farm? And what I'm doing wrong is I should be using Drigmees. So Drigmees have this really interesting thing where they can farm resources, essentially, in production, right? They will farm resources based on the mobs that are around them, okay? And essentially what they do is they farm mob drops, right? They have there's this whole mechanic where they need to be happy, but there needs to be enough mobs around to make them happy, and then there also needs to be enough Drigmees so that it makes it quicker, and like 20 is the golden number or something like that, and then there's a whole bunch of mobs that don't give any loot that will help you get more loot from the Drigme thing, and it's very complicated, and I need like axolotls and bees and pillagers and wandering traders and villagers. Oh my, it's all very convoluted. So as you can see here, I got a bee and a wandering trader in a jar. This seems so funny. I don't know why the bee's wigging out, but this guy he looks so sad. He's like, please let me out of the jar. But as you can see, if I go to the wandering trader spawn egg and I right click on it and mob drops, if you kill it, nothing happens. You don't get anything, right? You don't get anything from killing it. And if I do the same thing with bee, once again, you don't get anything from killing a bee besides experience. So the more of these types of mobs that don't drop anything that you have around a Drigme henge, when you summon a Drigme, they will help you get more resources from mobs that you have in jars that do drop something. I don't know. I watched a video. Let me go see if I can find who it was from. It's by Epic Enchants, and it's how to farm any mob. It's a Drigme guide, and it's on all the mods, and it's from I don't know, a few years ago, I'm guessing. It's from maybe a while ago, but the Drigmes kind of work the same, and they go through each and every step of farming with Drigmes. How to get the tokens, how to get the source because you know the Drigmes need source as well. Everything needs friggin' source in order to get these. It's absolutely convoluted. But it's also not at the same time. More or less, you need like, I don't know, 10, 12 mobs that don't drop anything. So like a camel and an axolotl and a wandering trader and a bee, but only one of each, because if they're the same, they're not going to add. Anyways, it's very confusing. I don't want to talk about it anymore. So I'm going to go get a villager as well, and I'm going to, trap them in a jar, and I'm going to do a whole bunch of stuff and trap a whole bunch of things in jars, and then ladies and gentlemen, use your brain parts real quick, just super quick, and ask yourself, what drops gold when it dies? That's right, zombified piglins. Yep, specifically zombified piglins, right? So zombie pigmen back when I started, and they came out. But zombified piglins will drop us gold. They sometimes drop gold ingots. They sometimes drop gold nuggets. And I gotta be honest, I tried this out in the test world with like a couple of mobs that didn't drop anything when you killed them, and then one jar of a zombified piglin, and I got so much gold so quickly. It was wild. So now, what do I do with this? What do I do with this thing? I'm so upset that I made this thing. I'm gonna keep it for now. I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna use it until it runs out of source. It runs out of trees in order to turn into source. But yeah, I'm so upset that I felt like I kind of wasted my time. Like, this is beautiful, and I love this. And what I wish that I did instead was use all these logs that I'm getting, instead of turning them into source, to create a steam engine, right? I should have created a steam engine and just had a create gold farm, right? Because I would replace this entire thing with just a wall of like 9 to 12 drills that's on a minecart contraption going back and forth, getting all sorts of cobble, and then I have all the crushing wheels, so crush it down into gravel, crush it into sand, and then do all the same stuff here. And I could do that, and I'm probably going to do that at some point. Today is not that day. There's one other thing that I want to get done today before we end the video, and it's going to be super quick for you, and it's going to take me so long. Hopefully I actually get it done. It's done. It's done. Well, for the most part, I still want to put a light up here, but it is done. Look at this. I got to get rid of these blocks here, pretend these weren't here, and pretend that I have this extending off this way as well. But look at this. There's way too many crystals on the inside. I went a little crazy, but oh my gosh, I am super happy with this bridge for multiple reasons. Don't worry. I will connect it to the floor. Don't worry. All you Beardstone people out there, I'll connect it to the seafloor. Don't worry. But man, oh man, am I done? Am I glad to finally have a bridge that will take us across the water here, because what I've been using is this little guy right over here, and it's been absolutely obnoxious to get to our other area, to just walk along that little tiny path, and now we have this beautiful bridge here. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. And I want to dangle a couple things here from the couple of chandeliers, maybe that sort of thing, from the top there. And of course, like I said, I got to connect it to the seafloor, which we'll do between episodes. But I think it's super pretty, and I really like the glass in the ceiling there. I think the glass fits with the gradient from the source stone to the amethyst, and I think it just adds this almost like ethereal looking thing, this magical looking thing as it goes up to that pink color. Oh, I love it so much. Unfortunately, folks, that is all the time that we have for this episode. I'm so glad that you guys came on this adventure with me today. Don't worry, we'll figure more out about the gold farm. And look at all those iron golems back there. I didn't realize there's like, golly, there's got to be like 12 or 15. That's insane. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all so very much. And a huge shout out to my patrons and my YouTube members. Thank you so much for your support. It means the world to me. Over on Patreon, we have Yo Your Mom Games, Interbert, Dusk Doodles, and Wraith. That's patreon.com/Throwlash for anyone interested. And then, of course, you can always subscribe here and become a member. We've got Bot, Moon Goddess Lolo, Dio, Av, and Love for Sunflowers. Thank you so much, folks, for your support. I sincerely appreciate it. And hey, while you're checking out the description and looking at all those links, make sure you hit the Discord, folks. We're having an absolute blast in the Discord lately. But that is it for this episode. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.